chain and my gold rings. Rolex and that bezel lid. I'm G'd up from the feed up. When we meet up, you can tell the shit. You love me, I'm benevolent. Cross me is malevolence.
Yo, man, it's blood in the water. Golden State does not look invincible no more. And it's Draymond Green's fault. I told y'all we was going to get to talk about Draymond. How many of do y'all remember it was just this year, as a matter of fact, during the award ceremony time, Tristan Thompson, he checked Draymond's jaw. Like, somebody finally did it, because the way he be popping off on the court, you would, like, if you're going to talk that much, run your mouth that much, you need to have some hands. You need to be able to back that up. And Tristan Thompson showed him that he ain't as bad as he think he is. Now, LeBron not going to do nothing, because he LeBron. He thinking about his image, his money, his legacy. He ain't going to do nothing. Tristan Thompson in that situation could be, he could be Charles Oakley. He could be the enforcer. Kevin Durant, same thing. He not gonna do nothing, because that's not in his character. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna be the one to pop off or it get physical with Draymond. So of course Draymond gonna say what he wanna say to Kevin Durant. Now, my big thing is they need Steph back. Like, Steph need to be back in the lineup. For the longest time, we've been confused, thinking that Draymond is the glue, Draymond is the focal point, the energy. This team goes as far as Draymond goes. I don't see that as being the case anymore. This team goes as Steph goes, really and truly. It doesn't look good for them, because Houston has finally let Melo go, so their offense can open up. Everything can flow the way it did last year. I'm pretty sure they regret not paying Ariza and Bahamute. I know they regret that now, especially since the thing with Melo didn't pan out. But their offense looked as good as it did at certain points from last year in that game last night against Golden State. Now, one other thing that jumped out at me is during Chris Paul's put a pin in that. Chris Paul was smiling on the court last night. It ain't good when Chris Paul can smile on a basketball court, because you got somebody that plays the game as intensely and as aggressively as Chris Paul does. When he starts smiling on the basketball court, like I said at the beginning, blood in the water. He smelled blood in the water, and Chris Paul knows what it takes. He just hasn't been in the proper situations to get these wins at the crucial moments. Like, say what you want to. Last year, they could have beat Golden State had Chris Paul played in that last game. They could have beat them, went to the finals. I don't know how that would have worked out. James Harden probably would have shrunk under the pressure, but that's neither here nor there. Chris Paul in his post-game conference last night was like, Melo's my family. I love Melo. It was either his happiness or, being stuck in this dead-end situation. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what it was. He would rather Melo be happy than to be in a situation that made him miserable, because that's his family. That leads me to believe Chris Paul had a hand in the way Melo was incorporated into that offense. And I mean, that's a gimme. Like, anybody that watches sports can tell that they were trying to force him into the game plan, but Chris Paul saying that it further backs up that point that Chris Paul made sure they tried to put his mans in there. Like, they did that on purpose, which ain't nothing wrong with. But as fluid as they looked last night, it wasn't worth it. Melo shouldn't have been there. And I said it in episode 16, I think it was, about, Melo no more. I don't know where he goes after this. I don't know where he goes. A conversation yesterday with a fellow basketball aficionado. I'll give him that title, but it was just a quick comment on his Facebook page though. Like, Melo needs to go to one of these trash teams like Cleveland or Phoenix, where he can dominate the ball and the team could be all about him. He could score. He could average 30 this season. He needs to do that just so he can show these young boys that he still has it. He can get some of his credibility back. try and re-cement his legacy before it's all over, because he's not gonna be able to go to a team. He's never had to fit in anywhere, and I saw someone say it's like Allen Iverson. It reminds them of Allen Iverson his last couple years in the league. I agree with that, but neither one of them, AI nor Melo, they never had to fit in anywhere. It's always been build around them. The team goes as they go. It's hard going. Melo's 30, 33, 34 around in there, maybe 35. It's hard when for 30 plus years at this point, it's always been about you. You never had to fit into a team, play a role on a team, a specific role, outside of maybe the three Olympic medals where he had to fit into a team. But I mean, you playing with other superstars at that point, so it makes it 10 times easier to fit in. Now, Melo can't go to the Lakers and fit in. I'm sorry, he cannot. His game is not fit for what they want to run. He can't go there. He can't go to a team that has a system in place. That just and it I hate to say that, but that's just where we at, man. That's where we at. Who got next in this Melo saga? One of the homies also said that Melo should have stayed in Denver. I ain't mad at that. He might have should have stayed in Denver. Who knows how that could have turned out? Or even with leaving Denver, he might have been better off if he waited until the contract was up instead of trying to force his hand, flex his muscle, and get traded. Because New York had to trade away everything to get him. And, that cost him some years in New York. It's just sad, man. It's sad seeing Melo have to go out like that. But Houston is going to look good from here on out, I do believe. Because now the floor opens up a whole lot more. They don't have to try. Like, now they don't have to think, let's get Melo involved. Or Melo, even for that matter. He doesn't have to think, oh, man, I shot a 2-pointer instead of a 3-pointer. Oh, they're going to be mad. They're going to be upset. He ain't got to worry about that no more, which... that works out for the best, but Golden State is in trouble, man. They in trouble because they can be beaten. Draymond is in his feelings. What he said to Melo, the specific word he used, not Melo, what he said to KD, the specific word he used describes his behavior in this entire situation. Because you in your feelings, you're not better than this man. You should have gave him the ball. But because you have this persona that you've already given to the world, you want to try and hold steadfast in it. Bruh, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious because we know on no given day are you better than KD. No given day. And all these analysts talking about, trade Draymond to try and save face with KD, they suspended him. That should have been enough to save face because detrimental to the team or not, that's just going overboard. You sit those two grown men down in a room. You supposed to be professionals. Sit them down in a room, hash this out so we can get back to winning these games. But that don't happen. You suspend them. You basically put the line in the sand, saying that you riding with KD over Draymond. Don't trade him. Let KD walk. You can keep your nucleus intact. Y'all can still make some noise in the West. It's not going to be a guaranteed runaway with just those three, but you can put some other pieces in place. I'm not banking on Boogie because Boogie, I want him to go somewhere else. I want Boogie to have his own team. I want him to be the face again because he's matured so much. But at that same token, Draymond, I hope you enjoyed this run. I hope that you have saved some money because the only way Draymond gets a big contract is if he go to Charlotte. If he go to Charlotte, they'll pay him. Jordan the only person dumb enough to pay Draymond. But outside of that, man, Draymond, bruh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If they don't want to keep you, or if you become too much of a nuisance and they try and trade you, your career is up, bruh. It's up. Because you only work in Golden State. You ain't going nowhere else and being a star or a superstar. You got some all-star games under your belt only because the team was so good. But go somewhere else, my dude, and it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. I don't really know any Golden State fans, so I don't feel sorry for y'all. I don't really know no Houston fans either. So I don't feel sorry for y'all. I know a bunch of Melo fans. Like, whether or not you like this team or not, you like Melo, and I feel sorry for y'all. I feel sorry for Melo. Houston, hopefully they can bounce back. That's the gist of it today, man. I didn't watch that game last night, the Seahawks and Green Bay, because if we be honest, in the end, neither one of them are going to the ship. Like, that would have just been a game to watch. It really ain't. It ain't no contentions on it. Like, it was no point. It was just no point. Getting them comments, like and subscribe. Gregory Santana on YouTube, Red Game Santana, Twitter and Instagram.
I just want to say thank you, man. To every hater, thank you. Every other city I go, I appreciate it. From the I ain't gotta tell them my name.